What is up, guys? What is up? My name is Ajay Menon. Ciao, ciao. और ये है AM Talk Sport और हम सुपर एट्स की तरफ ऑलमोस्ट पहुंच गए बस कुछ ही मिनटों में आई थिंक द फर्स्ट मैच इज गोइंग टू हैपन द यूएस आर इन एक्शन अगेंस्ट साउथ अफ्रीका एंड किकिंग ऑफ द सुपर एट स्टेज व्हिच वाज आई मीन दिस ग्रुप स्टेज ऑफ द T20 वर्ल्ड कप was सुपर यार मजा आ गया बहुत सारे अपसेट्स देखे बहुत सारे साइड देखे जो काफी हद तक उन्होंने फाइट दिया then of course we saw some low scoring games when the full members actually kind of thrashed the association members associate members but nevertheless बहुत ही रोमांचक था and of course we had some big names that missed out starting with Pakistan. I think for them to miss out on the Super 8s is quite a big deal. New Zealand missed out. So New Zealand had a very terrible start, losing their first two games and never really finding their way back into it. And of course, to some extent, I would say even Sri Lanka. Yeah, I think Sri Lanka, you expect them to do better, especially in this format of the game. Up West Indies ka story dekho, maybe in the One Day World Cup, the 50-over World Cup, they are not that good enough to be very fair to them. But in the T20 World Cup, I think this format T20 format, they are absolute kings. तो हम लोग सुपर 8 में जाने के पहले एक क्विक रिकैप देखते हैं. Let me just share the screen and just go through all the results that we had in the group stages, which was very good यार. मतलब एक वो 20 team वाला World Cup is I think a must do henceforth now. I think T20 में तो बनता ही है. So yeah, so let's have a look at the groups quickly. Group A. So of course we won three games and one game was washed out against Canada, which would have been a good game. The likes of say Sanju Samson, Kuldeep Yadav, they all would have played for sure. The surprise here is the US. Of course, the US have made it. They beat Pakistan in that super over. They beat Canada as well, and they got that draw against Ireland. I mean, it got washed out. So, उनको 5 point मिल गया. Pakistan third with 4 points. Canada also looked pretty impressive. And Ireland, I think, was the biggest dud because Ireland कोई newcomer है नहीं ये competition में, and I think them finishing last probably says a lot of the current cycle, and hopefully they can rebuild and come back and start a new cycle because Ireland they're a very competitive team and they've beaten England, they've beaten Pakistan, so quite a disappointing tournament for them. Group B में you had Australia with a perfect record, 100% record. Them beating England actually was the game changer. यार England Scotland का game भी थोड़ा wash out हुआ था. I think Scotland would have really given a good fight to England. And of course, the last game that happened between Australia and England, everyone had there was इतना tension था English fan stadium में थे और आखिरी तक गया, but I think eventually Tim David pulled it through for Australia, thereby allowing England to qualify with the superior net run rate. I think that game against Oman, जो England Oman game था भाई साहब, that was something else यार. I mean, it should be here. फिर ये देखो ये वाला जो गेम है ना 47 all out and England chased it in 3.1 overs. That's the nature of this T20 format. I mean, Oman, अगर आप देखोगे तो they gave a better account of them against Australia. But yeah, that's how this format is. Yeah, but Australia and England, the Ashes rivals, through from Group B and Group C. I think this was probably the most surprising group because Afghanistan started the tournament very well. Obviously, they kind of were expected to compete with West Indies maybe for the second spot. To be fair, at the start of the tournament, but New Zealand never got into it, man. I mean, आप देखो ये वाला game देखो Afghanistan New Zealand वाला 159 for 6 and they got them all out for 75. I mean, just crazy. West Indies again with a perfect record, home advantage. They look like one of the favorites to even advance from the Super 8. We'll get to that. Do not underestimate them, and this is their home tournament and they have several match winners यार. तो वेस्ट इंडीज को तो हल्के में लेके कोई मतलब है नहीं. एंड ये आपने आखिरी गेम में देखा जो उन्होंने 218 मारा उन्होंने अफगानिस्तान को 114 पे ऑल आउट कर दिया. तो वेस्ट इंडीज है यार. आई थिंक इन दिस फॉर्मेट फियर देम. सो वेस्ट इंडीज अफगानिस्तान मेकिंग इट थ्रू फ्रॉम ग्रुप सी. This was a group again where you had South Africa coming very close to actually losing to Nepal, and they eventually did not choke and made it at the top. ये थोड़ा disappointing है because श्रीलंका बांग्लादेश जो गेम था बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग गेम था. I think that could have gone either way. You know, this was a game, and yeah, I mean, eventually Bangladesh pulled it off. So kudos to them; they've deserved their spot. But I think everyone's favorite new neutral team is Nepal. The fans, the support, and they came so close to beating South Africa. Man, I mean, they just won by 1 run, right? South Africa. So, I think they have come as new favorites for neutrals. अगर ये गेम होता था नेपाल श्रीलंका, I think Nepal would have probably beaten Sri Lanka, I think, in my opinion. और upside आपको देखने मिलता था, but this match was also abandoned due to the storms in Florida, unfortunately. So that basically concludes the group. South Africa, Bangladesh progressing from Group B. तो Super 8 की तरफ चलते हैं. यहाँ पे थोड़ा confusion था with the seeded and non-seeded. So basically, the seeds were already decided, and जो group बनने वाला था was already decided depending on what teams made it through. So India, Australia are the top 2 seeds, you can say, in this group, and I mean, they are the favorites to go through. You have Afghanistan, you have Bangladesh in it. So it's going to be very interesting. And the second group, you have US, England, West Indies, and South Africa. The top 2 teams over here make it to the semi-final. जो top वाला team will play against the second team, and जो top group 2 का team will play against the second team from group 1. So just let's quickly have a look at the matches. तो ये रहा सबसे पहला. आई थिंक आज यूएस और साउथ अफ्रीका है, लाइक आई मेंशनड. बट अपन ग्रुप 1 से स्टार्ट करेंगे जहाँ पे हम है. तो हमारा फर्स्ट मैच अफगानिस्तान के कल है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया बांग्लादेश फॉलोड बाय इंडिया बांग्लादेश, देन अफगानिस्तान ऑस्ट्रेलिया, व्हिच आई थिंक विल बी अ वेरी क्रैकर ऑफ अ गेम, followed by Australia India, and followed by Afghanistan Bangladesh in the subcontinent drive. 3 subcontinent teams, of course 3 Indian subcontinent teams over here. तो मजा आएगा. मेरे हिसाब से तो इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया टॉप 2 आएगा, एंड दिस गेम विल बी स्लाइटली मीनिंगलेस इन माय ओपिनियन इफ आई हैड टू कॉल इट आउट राइट नाउ. बट अफगानिस्तान आर very capable to beat anyone on their day, and Bangladesh also, although they are weak, but they're never out. So do not count them out as well. This group 1 is far more competitive मेरे हिसाब से. Group 2 में you have US, you have South Africa, you have England, West Indies. So it's going to be between these 3 teams, the English, West Indies, and South Africa. मेरे हिसाब से I just have a feeling England might go home. I'm putting this out there. I don't know ये सच होगा कि नहीं, but मुझे लग रहा है कि शायद England might go home. मेरे हिसाब से West Indies and South Africa will make it and advance to the semi-final. That's basically what I feel. It's a big prediction that I'm doing, but that is why we do these videos. US, they've entertained us. Nedra Walkar has been a household name now, but I think this is the end of the line. They're going to enjoy, and they're going to come back in the 2026 T20 World Cup, which is going to be hosted in India and Sri Lanka. तो हाँ, तो यही है बेसिकली. वो विनर ऑफ ग्रुप 1, रनर अप ऑफ ग्रुप 2, विनर ऑफ ग्रुप 2, रनर ऑफ ग्रुप 1. सो yeah, semi-final खेला जाएगा, and then eventually the final on the 29th of June. So yeah, I mean, these were my predictions. आपको क्या लगता है क्या होने वाला? Leave a comment below. I interact with each and every one of you. You can go back and look at my old videos. हम लोग यूरोस कर रहे हैं, कोपा अमेरिका करने वाला है, तो कंटेंट यहाँ पे आता रहेगा. बस आपका दुआ और सपोर्ट चाहिए. उसके लिए वीडियो लाइक करो सबसे पहले, ताकि सब लोग को पहुंचे. शेयर करो टू योर व्हाट्सएप groups filled with sports fans, and then of course lastly subscribe ka button daba ke just help a fellow YouTube content creator out. This is Ajay Menon. I'm signing off. I'll see you guys in another video sometime very soon. Until then, enjoy the Super 8s, and yeah, good night. Ciao ciao.